Well, happy Monday from Maine. And I'm so excited that Doug Day, that you were able to join me today. And I'll be joining you soon at your festival, the Swans Island Festival.
Indeed, it's not every chance that we have a virtuoso guitar player come on her own boat and not need her own house.
That's
I
right.
do have a shower for you, though,
Oh boy, that'll be exciting.
and a dock.
Yeah, I tried to take a shower on the deck today. Holding some water over my head.
When you have a sunny day, that can work very well.
Yeah, it was foggy today, so that worked in my favor because there weren't very many people who could see me from more than 50 yards.
Well, you'd
You
be
know?
surprised. The lobstermen have super high intensity
Oh no!
glasses, Muriel. They have fog cutting glasses. Oh, did I give that one
Oh
away?
no! I'm turning all red. Uh, there were yeah, we watched for the lobster fishermen, and in fact we were going to see if we could buy a lobster off of them, but fortunately and unfortunately they did not come close enough.
All
So
right. If when I will have a lobsterman come very close to you with his own lobster when you arrive.
oh, fantastic. Okay, bribery will get you everywhere. So, Swans Island Festival, for anyone who's in Maine, along the central coast, it's the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, right, of August?
That's correct. It's actually called the Sweet Chariot Music Festival
Yes,
on Swans Island. That is
yes.
correct. You
Thank you.
can learn about it and how to get there by boat and what to do if you do come by boat at sweetchariotmusicfestival.com.
Great. Thank you. Well, I'll play a tune. And Doug, I have not played for you yet the song that came entirely in a dream. And this is kind of promoting, the song is telling me that I need to do an album of music about sailing. And so this part of this acoustic sailing tour, this 2-month tour we are on, is to kind of get the inspiration to write some songs. And in fact, if people are interested, I can play some little parts of tunes that I'm working on, so you can kind of see them in process. So just if you want it, just send a text, pop a text there. Oh, I have to mention, if you're on my personal Facebook page, I can't see the texts here for some reason. You have to go over to my fan page, which is Muriel Anderson Guitar, or or the YouTube page, and those I can see. And in fact, I'm seeing people popping in right now: Bunny, Bill, and Brandon. Yes, so and Timothy. So good to see you. And we'll say some more hellos in a bit. But I'll start you off with a little bit of music. So this is a tune that I call "A Sailing Dream." Yeah. I'd like to sail the world again, feel the wind above the waves, and live from day to day, where life is not predictable, wondering what is round the very next day. Babe, I'd like to raise the sails again, watching for the whales again, and never have to say, I wish that I had done the things that I can't do when I'm too old to play. To breathe again, love again, laugh again, love again in real life. To stay alive despite the tides, worst of times, best of times, follow right behind. The mainsail is unfurled again to be part of this world again on my time. I'd like to pull the anchor in, sail to where I've never been with sunset on our lee. Awaken to the sparkles on the water, then I'm feeling free. To jibe again, tack again, I am now back again in real life. I'd like to sail the world again, feel the wind above the waves and live from day to day, where life is not predictable, wondering what is round the very next bend. I'd like to raise the sails again, watching for the whales again, and never have to say, I wish that I had done the things that I can't do when I'm too old to play. I'd like to sail the world again. Ooh. I'd like to sail the world again. Ooh.
That's wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you know, Bunny remarks on your passing tones.
Oh, yes.
I'm about to say what I'm sure you've not heard before, Muriel. That song reminds me of Muriel Anderson channeling Jacques Brel and Glenn Campbell. An
Oh.
obvious pairing of talents.
An obvious
That's
pairing, of course.
that's a great song. Do you say that's a new song?
Yes, and I have to say, I co-wrote it with some lady in my dream who sang it into my head. And I changed a couple of the lyrics. She sang, uh, feel the wind beneath the waves. And I think she meant to say, feel the wind above the waves, so I changed that one. And she said to breathe again, bluff again. I'm not sure what bluff again is, so I changed it to breathe again, love again.
Well, she's clearly a mermaid, Muriel, if she's
I
feeling the wind beneath the waves.
Oh, well, that explains it.
And bluffing is what mermaids call when, like silkies, when mermaids shed their seal skin and become humans, they call that bluffing. So I think you're channeling a silky, which is
Well,
quite possible in Maine.
in Maine, I hear that.
It's
Yes.
a Scottish influence, of course, but as we know, we have many seals in Maine and many silkies as well.
Oh, well, I also hear from Brenda. She's just down the Maine coast from where we are. That means she can come out to the festival. Cool. So,
If
yeah,
she has a
please
boat.
join us. Yes, if you have a boat. And Bob from Gloucester is coming in. As we had said before, if you are along the Maine coast and you want to say hello, let us know. You can reach me through my website. And Bob did that, and we met up with him when we landed in Gloucester, and he took us around to see the sights and brought us on a big tour. So thanks, Bob. That was really great to meet up with you. So
Bob, you'll
uh,
be happy to know that your friend Daisy Nell from the Gloucester Schooner Festival will be shantying with us next week, along with Stan. Daisy
oh,
Nell will be up from Essex, Massachusetts.
well, we are so looking forward to uh, the shanties. And what kind of tunes do you sing?
Well, we start at the Sweet Chariot Music Festival on August 3rd and 4th in Burnt Coat Harbor on Swan's Island. We start singing shanties on shipboard from ships to ships. We have the Louis R. French, the Riggins, the Angelique, and the American Eagle schooners coming.
Wow.
And they all have full boats this year. We're very excited to sing shanties to people off schooners again in the Oddfellows Hall. both Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, and shanties in the harbor at 4 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesday, August 3rd and 4th. What kind? So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Al. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, do us a sailing tune here.
What I have geared up is a sea glass song, because on Swan's Island, where I live now and where I'm sitting right now, I'm in the library at Swan's Island. In the old days, when people took their trash that was glass, not plastic, they threw it in the ocean. And glass, of course, being turned over by waves on granite rocks, turns into sea glass, and sea glass becomes jewels. So I do have a sea song for you next, but I thought I'd start with this tune about sea glass, if I may, called What I See in My Drawer. Because when I return to my house on Swan's Island, I open a drawer and I wonder why I ever saved that. This is a song sort of about that. What I see in my drawer: seashells, cufflinks, empty pockets from the shore. Why'd I keep this? I stop to think. Blue glass pieces, bottles no more, jewels smoothed by the ocean, abalone from the western coast, some whole, some broken. What I see in my drawer: treasure dropped by a raven, a medal from a distant war, small things find a safe haven, a cameo with a broken clasp, a chip from a casino, token from a Galesburg trolley car, marker from a Grange Hall bingo. And blue glass bottles turn to blue glass jewels. Deep in my drawer I guard them. Deep in my heart I do. And what I see on TV, children carrying rifles straight from heaven, AK-47, children carrying rifles. A black boy with a red beret, smiling like an angel. I touch my glass like a rosary. I say a prayer, he'll stay well. And what I see, broken up, sharp once, now it's much safer. No edge here to cut your feet, wandering toward the equator. Way back in the olden days, following migrations from some distant sacred place, safer destinations. and blue glass bottles. Turn to blue glass jewels. Deep in my drawer, I guide them. Deep in my heart, I do what I see in my drawer, seashells, marbles, and cufflinks.
Oh, that's so sweet. Brian and I always like to look for sea glass whenever we're on the beach, and it's a special thing when we find, oh, this is a beautiful, uh, like you said, a jewel that was a little piece of glass. And then when we went to Monhegan Island, we stopped there, the whole beach was covered with sea glass. So
Really?
much of it, yes. And had never seen so much there. But I know that some of our listeners there have a special place for that as well. And I'd never heard anyone sing about it. And the sharp edges now all smooth and safe, much safer
Indeed.
when you're stepping on them. Wow, lovely song. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. I'm going to reach out and say some hellos, and then maybe I'll play a little bit of some tunes in process. And I am, if you're wondering where this is, that I am, I'm here at the Sail and Steam Power Museum. And this is owned by Captain Jim Sharp, who we met last year when we were coming through this way. Just a fantastic character and captain of many schooners. So he's got a lot of stories to tell. And
yes, he's captain of Adventure and also Roseway. He has been at the helm of both of those historic schooners.
Yes, and also the Stephen Tabor that we ran into last year.
Indeed.
So this is a fun stop that we had to stop here on our way.
Last week, a block away, I heard Dave Mallet and his whole band right down a block away from where you are sitting now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I've never met him, but I love his song. Remember this one? He's just a great Maine songwriter. He wrote. Let me take this headphones. Inch by inch, remember that, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Old
Inch by inch, row by row,
from
gonna
one
put
place
the
high
seeds up.
in my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow, yeah. All it takes is a rake and hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Old crow watching from a tree, God is hungry, eye on me, and in my garden I'm as free as that
Is that feathered thief up there?
Yeah.
I like that calypso rendition of Inch of the Garden Song. That's
Garden
very
songs.
cool.
Oh, thank you. It's classic. And
So I heard him do it live for the first time in 50 years just a week ago.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
He-
love to see him do that and hear
He
him.
recorded it in Noel Stuckey's hen house 50 years ago, basically 45. And Noel Stuckey listened to my first 6 songs in the hen house, and he gave me a very generous critique. And Dave Mallett had just recorded his first album in the hen house in Blue Hill. The console was still warm from Dave Mallett having left, and yet I'd never met him in person, and so I met him last week.
Oh,
Along with the other Maine Treasure Schooner Fair, a block away from Jim's wharf.
yeah. That's a tune that I think I'd like to teach to my students. I've been doing these, they're called shared private lessons, a little group limited to 5 people.
And you did that in standard tuning, right? Muriel, that was standard?
I just dropped D. I just dropped the D down. Yeah.
Right.
And so this is down.
I don't think I'm never going to sing it except with that calypso groove you've got going.
So that'll be your new way to do it. Yeah. So yeah, if anyone's interested in that, just pop me a note. If yeah, and that would be a fun one to teach. Let's say some hellos here. And Rob says, yes, I am off the boat, and I'm feeling feeling my sea legs here. Everything is nice and solid. And hi, Trish from Chicago, my old stomping grounds.
Mine too.
Oh, yours too.
That's where I met you, Muriel, when you were 19.
When I was 19. Wow.
I have your business card because in Swan's Island I never throw anything away. I found your business card hand painted.
Wow. Was that at the Old Town School of Folk Music?
It might well have been.
Yeah. I'm going back there. Actually, I just found out. My agent Gail had booked a show in October. I'll be playing at the DuPage County Fairgrounds and also at the Old Town School of Folk Music. So I took lessons there and then taught there for many years. So this will be really cool to go back and play as a soloist. I think for the first time. I did a trio once, but I think it's the first actual concert since I went there. So that'll be cool.
The Old Town School of Folk Music is tangentially responsible for my being in Maine, because I did a little series with Gordon Bach, John Hartford, Lou London, with Jethro Burns and Howard Levy and John Hartford. And I had to drive from Chicago to Maine to get Gordon Bach to sign the contract. And the deal was he was worried that it might be in conflict with the Old Town School, because my little theater was in Winnetka. Chicago and Winnetka are far enough apart that we determined it was not in conflict. But the only way I got him to sign the contract was to drive from Chicago to Camden, Maine to meet him in person and have him sign. So I was so taken with Maine when I did that trip, I ended up moving.
Well, it was Gordon Bach that's responsible for me being here, actually.
Right?
Because I have one student, Bob Peterson, who Bob might be watching right now. We'll see. And he only wanted to learn Gordon Bach tunes. That's all he wanted to do. He loved those sailing tunes, and what Gordon did. And so when we came up here last year for the first time, we didn't know anybody in Maine. And so Bob said, well, there's a guy that made my instrument who lives up here in Freeport, Maine. And so, go visit him. And we pulled up into, and he said, oh, we've got an extra slip here. It belonged to Gordon Bach. And so we parked in his slip, and then we ended up meeting you and other people from the Sweet Chariot Festival, and so many people all stemmed from that, from Gordon Bach's music. And in fact, our dinghy is parked right there in front of Gordon's houseboat at this very moment.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw the houseboat come into Rockport Harbor last week when I was putting on my jib sail, and I sang out, "Take me back on the bay, boys. Clear away in the morning. Don't wanna go ashore, boys, oh, bring her out. Bring me wine and brandy, clear away in the morning. I'll only ask for Nancy, oh, bring her out. Nancy, oh my Nancy, clear away in the morning. She never played it fancy, oh, bring her out. Oh, bring her out. Yeah, he's a treasure, all right, that Gordon Bach.
Yeah, lovely.
My son, I'm happy to report, uh, just came back singing. He just graduated from college here in Maine, and he just came back singing "Another Land Made of Water," my favorite all-time Gordon Bach. It's kind of a musical album, uh, and my son is now singing it. So I'm happy to report we've come full circle in our Chicago to Maine satisfaction.
Great, and greetings to Forrest from us. Yeah. Well, hi. Also, Joe is saying hello from Nashville. That's my other stomping grounds, where I live half the year. So nice to hear from home, the other home. And Jan from Pennsylvania, Bob from Connecticut. And Marlene, good to hear from you. She's in Hawaii right now. How cool! So aloha to you, Marlene. I hope you're having a lot of fun out there. We'll be in Hawaii in January, so one of the
That's
fun
when you
shows.
should be in
Yes.
Hawaii.
Right. Okay. Uh, well, let's see. Was there some? Oh yeah. Oh. Uh, Fordis says, help you unload at South Freeport. Oh, yes, hello. Thank you. And Anchor Career Cove, great. And William from Pepperell, Massachusetts. Yep. And Tim from Ohio. Great. Uh, well, let me get a little bit closer to the mic here. And I have a kind of a soft microphone here and a soft guitar. So there was a little bit of interest in some of the tunes that are in process. And I've just started to get a couple of lines of lyrics on this. So the lyrics haven't been written yet, but maybe you might have some ideas, because I thought that one cool thing about being in Maine is the tides are just amazing. They're 11-foot tides, and now with the full moon, they're even higher. And so you have to, be careful to pull your dinghy up high enough and tie it so that they come in fast.
I touched my hull in Crockett Cove last week at 4:45 in the morning on the low tide. I touched a muddy bottom, but I was not worried. I was a little worried.
Yeah. Ah.
Now play this new song.
In addition to going way high.
Play this new tune, Muriel.
Okay. Well, this is a little bits of it, but I'll show you what I have so far. Tides tides will rise and fall, 11 feet or more. Pull your boat and high upon the shore. Tides, tides, all at once I understand. Much of life will ebb and flow. No need to pull my heart into a knot. Ease your boat from the rock. History will show. Soon again the tides will flow. Tides, tides. Ooh, tides. Okay, little bits and pieces, and it might be kind of fun to keep you up to date on how these are developing. So I think I need to contact my dream mermaid, and maybe she can help me with some lyrics on that.
Yeah, tides are more important to her than to most people.
I would think so. She could speak from experience on that.
Indeed.
Bill says next time we tour California, take time to visit Fort Bragg, and they have a lot of sea glass there.
I noticed that sea glass mentioned from Bill.
Ah, yes, great. Oh, Pam is saying hey from San Diego. Nice to see her there. Well, we are just about at our time, and Brian is working furiously on the next episode of Acoustic Sailing. So if you go to my website, and there's a top section there that says Acoustic Sailing, that'll link right to the YouTube page. Or if you're on YouTube already, just go to type in Acoustic Sailing in the top, and it should come up. And we'll keep you posted via video. Oh, and I'm also doing some daily blogs too. So I've got to catch up. Got a couple more days to go. Well, do you have another one in you for us?
I was thinking of doing a sea song, yeah, if we have time.
Oh, great. Sure.
This one I actually sang at a party, and Gordon Bach smiled at me, so I felt like I got the royal okay from him.
Yeah.
Fare thee well, my own true love. Fare thee well for a while. My ship is waiting and the wind blows high. I am bound away for the sea, Mary Ann. Had I bought me a flask of gin, sugar here for two, and a great big bowl for to mix them in, I'd pour a drink for you, my dear Mary Ann. Lobster boiling in the pot, bluefish on the hook. Their suffering is great, but it's nothing like the ache I feel for you, my dear Mary Ann. Had I bought me a glass of gin, sugar here for two, and a great big bowl for to mix them in, I would pour a drink for you, my dear Mary Ann. 10,000 miles away from home, 10,000 miles or more, the sea may freeze and the earth shall burn, if I never no more return to you, Mary Ann. had I bought me that glass of gin and sugar here for two, and a great big bowl for to mix them in. Yes, I would pour a drink for you, my dear Mary Ann. Would you take one here, Muriel? Yeah, 10,000 miles away from home, 10,000 miles or more, said the sea may freeze and the earth shall burn, if I never no more return to you, Mary Ann.
Oh, so very, very sweet. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and pop over to Acoustic Sailing if you like, and check out the uh, Swans Island Festival. They're called the
Sweet Chariot,
Sweet Chariot Festival. Yes. All right.
August 3, 4, 5 on Swans Island in Burnt Coat Harbor.
Great. And we'll see you all next Monday this time. So we'll do some more little bits of new tunes. There was a lot of fog today, so fog makes me kind of want to do this kind of tune. So I think I'll write something with that kind of a foggy feel for next time. So, okay, so long, and we'll see you next Monday. So thank you so much, Doug Day, for being my guest.
Thanks for having me, Muriel.
All right, thank you. So long.
Bye.
Bye.